that we say hi to each other in our intros here after our movie with our table talk, because that is a part of the grand tradition, not just on this stream, but in role playing in general. You get together. It's been a week, or in this case, it's in our case, it's been 2 weeks. And you say hi, you catch up, and then the game will happen. But let's be human beings first before we become perhaps less than human, or in some cases more human than human, if you appreciate those lyrics. Let's go. I'm going to turn on everyone's voices. All right. So we can hear some background music. Well, if I turn that up a little bit. And then we should be able to hear you. So hello to you all. Hopefully we'll have Night Mage in here. I mean, obviously he has his own life events that are keeping him busy. But yeah, hopefully we'll see him here. And we'll start with you, Encyclo Chameleon. It's good to have you back. You were under the weather for our last session, but hopefully you're feeling better and you're ready to go tonight.
I am very much so.
Yeah. You were doing some streaming too, right? Even though you're feeling a little sick.
Well, not when I was, but
not yeah.
a few, one or two after, yeah.
Yeah, prior to that, after that.
Yeah. After I could talk again.
Losing voice sucks.
Well, let me give you...
I've stopped for the moment and will continue probably until like 4 a.m. my time. Be gearing up for another stream. I've got Skyrim and I am slowly installing more and more and more mods into it, so...
Oh, what kind of mods?
Yep.
I have the Skyrim Special Edition mod Nexus page open, and I sorted it by highest rated of all time, and I'm just going down the list.
Holy shit. Just going through all of Nexus, okay.
I'm just gonna go through all of Nexus until I think it's enough.
I honestly probably, instead of doing that, I would honestly probably go grab a list and import it through Wabbajack so that you don't have to do any like manual time.
I am barely getting Mod Organizer 2 to work. I don't want to have to also learn Wabbajack.
Wabbajack is honestly like really, really simple. It is, hey, list, I want this list. I click, it goes, okay, I grab all mods, I import them into MO2 for you. Like, there's nothing to learn with Wabbajack.
I'll look into it.
I had an interesting conversation with a friend of mine over mods. This one was regarding Baldur's Gate 3. I guess there's a mod now where you can get a 6-person party to make it more like Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, instead of being limited to 4 as the game is. And I said, oh, that's an interesting mod. Have you heard of a really popular one called Wither's Big Naturals? And he's like, no, what is that? And I said, it's you just give an undead, some pretty big boobs. He said, okay.
Yeah, I've been fighting with Vortex Mod Manager for 3 days now, and I think it's not enjoying that I moved my Skyrim to an external drive, and Mod Manager is just messing up.
You're going through Vortex, okay.
No, I was, and I've uninstalled it. I use the system uninstaller. I use the run menu to delete the app data. I have annihilated Vortex mod. I have annihilated Vortex from on my PC.
Yeah, no, MO2 is the much better choice for that.
Yes, that's why I now have Mod Organizer 2.
I don't do a whole lot of modding, but I did mod a good chunk of Stardew Valley. And
also, the main
I use Vortex. I haven't really had a problem with it, though.
Vortex is really good if you're doing what I'm doing with Mod Organizer 2, which is just picking and choosing mods, which is what I might just do. A lot of mod lists they have hundreds, and 80% of them are mods I don't want or I'm not going to use,
Right.
which is why I like to just go down the list and install what I want.
Hmm.
You know, the Vortex is good if you're installing maybe like on the order of like 40 to 50 mods. Especially
I-
for games like Stardew Valley where there's not a lot of like hyper advanced stuff that you
No,
have to
it's
do.
just like
Because like
there's a couple of like mod managers that you install, but the mods themselves say it requires this mod thing. You go
well,
and
yeah,
download
yeah,
it,
yeah.
and then
Well, yeah.
it
But
applies the
Mod
mods.
save.
well, what I mean is that because of the kind of game that Skyrim is, like you might want pieces from like 3 different mods that affect like the same cells. So, like for example, let's say the cell that makes up Solitude, right, the city.
Yeah.
Right.
You might have 3 different mods that affect that cell. Like you might have a Solitude City overhaul. You might have something that overhauls like the paths and gas lamps and stuff, and then you might have NPCs in there and all of that.
Yeah.
There's a lot
Literally.
of like there's
And do
a
it in
lot
the
of,
right
like,
order too, in order for
well,
it to not break.
not only that, but there's also a lot of like merging and bashing and things like that that I should go on with that in order to get larger mod lists to load.
Yeah.
So
I
Vortex is really good if you're using like 40, 50 mods in a game that mods simply. Games like Skyrim and games like that run on those engines, they don't mod so easy.
No. I was literally just watching someone who was playing Skyrim modded, and they had a overhaul of Solitude, which moved a lot of the stuff around. An NPC walked out of the city, opening the gate to the city from its original position and completely broke the city gate. The guy could not leave the city at all.
Yep, you basically have to console out COC Whiterun.
Now, speaking of Stardew, Coffee Cat, we tried to play last night because we have our Thursday comfy gaming here. It seems like everything is now. You got that stabilized?
Yeah. I think the fix that I have run into is that I switched to Ethernet ports on the modem side, and that seems to have fixed it.
Okay.
So it could be that there's an issue with the first port in my modem from my ISP, but thankfully I'm renting it from my ISP, and I only need to keep it for 6 more months. And I can buy my own.
And you're
Yeah,
you're starting on, well, you have your Saturday game, you have Rebirth. Or no, you're that's on hiatus, right?
Yes, that is on hiatus right now. We are bringing on a kind of new show, but returning show, because it was originally on the Gathering of Nerds, but now it's going to be a Coffee Cat Presents show, Brisbane by Night Hellfire.
Mm-hmm. And
And
that will be
Lethality
this
is going
Saturday, right?
DMing. Yes,
Tomorrow.
Session 1 will be
Okay.
this Saturday, tomorrow, where I will be reprising my role as Clayton Wellsworth.
Ah.
Yes, and I won't be a player.
He's going to be GM.
My wonderful victims have decided to let me SD for them.
And I may or may not be trying a choppy Australian accent. I don't know.
Very good. The Australian accent is
I'm
also
going to
a very
ruin it.
strong Dwarven accent in some places too. So
I'm gonna end up ruining it, but it's
lean into what I did to practice for Chroma Company is I was just I read vocabulary lists and I watched pronunciation guides on YouTube, and I would just replay conversations and such to try and get the tone down. And then really until you just start doing it, it's gonna sound wonky and weird. It'll just be what it is.
Trying to iron it out in my head, because Clayton is a professor of technology and he's supposed to kind of have a bit of a classier air about him, but he's also from Brisbane, so I don't know 100% how that's going to work. It's going to be an Americanized version, so I'm going to butcher it. It's going to be
there's only
fun.
one way to find out, and that's to show up and watch.
There
Uh,
are
I don't want it to be a
there are
caricature either.
are
there are
your
exactly.
Wednesdays?
Oh,
You haven't started up anything on Wednesdays yet, though, right?
Not yet.
Okay.
That's going to be closer to the end of the month, where I'm bringing back San Antonio by night.
Okay.
The subtitle being Blood Gambit.
And this is going to be your
The
third
code.
chronicle in San Antonio.
Yes. The chronicle will be following a group of Camarilla agents who have been slowly but surely filtering into San Antonio and Anarch City, and with the intention of finding one of the legends of said city, see if they still exist. If they do, destroy them
Yeah, because that's
and take the
totally
city.
that's totally gonna end well for them.
Oh, it's totally going to end very well for them. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Well, for all of you watching here, support these the players and the fellow streamers as they do their thing. Vampire, whether it's in San Antonio, maybe Derek will get something going at some point, and then the Cleveland coterie, Devil's Due. I'm gonna get an adventure going for them at some point. Though I want to run an Alien RPG. They have their refreshed version out, and I want to run
Yeah, the evolved
the
edition.
the intro for that with someone. So I'm going to be soliciting for that. But anytime you're watching Vampire, I mean, everyone make sure you have your blood bags with you, so you have a nice snack, and you're getting into character. Anything else, Coffee, that you wanted to bring up? Otherwise, I'll bounce over to Lethality to talk about
Nope.
what's going on
Just
with
all
him
of
as
that
he
can be
appears.
found. Yep, all of that can be found at twitch.tv/CoffeeCatPresents. So go and give me a
There you
follow.
go. And Raven, thank you for the shout outs in chat there. All right, we'll bounce over to you, Lethality, because you were cackling menacingly, being an ST for Brisbane on Coffee's channel, where I have not heard anyone say no bully. So it seems like you are very welcome to bully.
He's intending to bully me.
Well-
I know that much.
It's been many years since we've seen what's been going on in the River City, and the prince has abdicated. The beckoning is called, and she has left to. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say greener pastures. I'd say bloodier ones, in truth. But there's a power vacuum in the city. No one's powerful enough to declare praxis. And threats, both kindred and not alike, lick their chops, just waiting to dismantle the last bastion of the Ivory Tower in Australia. We follow a coterie who is trying to keep everything together and survive in what is in essence open warfare. And yeah, I said my victims decided to let me ST for them, and I'm already happy with the way that the game is beginning to shape up, and we haven't even actually started yet. We've only run session 0.
I'm looking forward to it.
Not only that, but I've also been continuing to run Mage. We got a couple of sessions of that left. Yes, poor mages find themselves in a different dimension.
Oh yeah, that's that's what we're doing. I forgot.
Yeah, and they haven't quite found out what's going on with that yet. But they'll have a session 2, and then they'll have a session to get out before the machinations of whoever created that portal, at the very least, come crashing down upon their heads.
You still need to run my intro for that game.
I need to run both yours and Velocities, but
Brother, I think at this point, I'll be satisfied for a Cliff Notes version.
it'll happen.
Lots of activity.
Eventually, it'll happen.
Or a text RP. Goddamn.
So
It'll eventually happen.
At least the mage isn't being broadcast though, right? It's just the Vampire on Coffee's channel.
Yes, it's just Vampire on Coffee's channel. That is being broadcast to Twitch.
Okay.
So yeah, that's where you'll be able to find me every Saturday, and of course, obviously, you can find me here on Fridays.
Yeah. Thank you for traveling across time and space to be here on our Friday evenings, your Saturday afternoons.
You're welcome.
And then we'll go over, since we do not have a night mage currently. Lastly, but definitely not leastly, because man, Gopher's been putting in some work at the convention center. His pilot here, Evil Intent, Ghost Hunter Extraordinaire. I appreciate you coming in on the hunts with me in that game. How have you been, Evil? How are things going for you?
I've been all right. Kind of nervous this week since D&D starting up after the holidays. So
Ooh. Also noticed you got a new headset.
yeah,
Oh,
Big ol'
shoot,
RGB ears going on
yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Definitely sounds better than the old
yeah.
one.
That,
Well, because I had the old,
go ahead,
the
man,
old
yeah.
one I took out, kind of out in storage. The problem with that is that the wire basically,
Starting to give.
yeah, pretty much. So I switched from that to the earbuds, and then using a blue snowball for my mic.
Hmm.
The problem is that I don't, because like there's an audio control panel that's part of like the audio system on Windows, and
Yep.
that doesn't work with USB devices.
Hmm.
Yeah, because
So-
it doesn't. It doesn't detect properly because it's expecting things through jack. And if it doesn't assign an audio device to it, then
Yeah, no.
That was the case for your snowball or for.
For the snowball, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
weird.
So I'm
Is
sitting
it-
here, so you have to tweak with Discord settings and this, that, and the other settings to try and clean it up best I can. And then, when Dad's talking with his buddies, he gets picked up if he's being loud. So
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
but with this, it seems to work a whole lot better since this does run through the jack. So
It's
Yeah.
it's a little bit of cosplay for our setting as well. Just with the RGB elements and everything, like that's it. It's like your tech headgear or something that you're.
It's one of the reasons why I have an XLR mic and a mixer.
mm,
And I've had this XLR mic for like 7 years now. So
Well,
I mean,
let's.
I hope it sounds crispy. I
I-
hope it doesn't sound old.
I'm glad that we're all together again. And we'll get back. Well, I guess we're kind of literally getting back to work, as you were all working in various roles at the Night City Convention Center for the Electronic Fair. You had your orientation on Wednesday. Thursday was Media Day, and we almost made it through Friday. We left because there's going to be a big revelation on the main stage Friday night, which was the first day of the public, of the Electronic Fair being open to the public. The couple of weird concerns were there was a lot of sports ball people attending tonight who didn't quite know why they were there. Some EBM execs were out of uniform in a similar fashion. And in doing some research into things, there's like the VIP list and all this. There was just some weird clues and or incongruities to what's happening. And of course, after the events of Media Day, there's already suspicion that there's going to be some sort of corporate espionage. And of course, there's been many attempts at petty theft going on, especially Kiri trying to run security for this novel Encom Corp that's trying to make a splash into the scene with their digitization technology, and they're promising sort of full immersion, a more electronic side of what Mikhail was trying to do at the Hook. Now, Mikhail doesn't have even an indie booth here. The Hook has always just been the Hook. Arguably, he might even be able to take his own custom tech and spaghetti code to the electronic fair and maybe find an investor or get a lot of a lot of public interest, or maybe that's what he's trying to avoid, because we've already seen the shenaniganery that's happened. But NCOM's approaching things in a very immersive fashion. People are really liking a racing game they have with these very vividly RGB'd up two-wheeled vehicles that have some sort of name that hasn't been copywritten yet. And so it's been a time. We do need to go back in time, if only for a moment. Chameleon, you were watching because I know you were sick, you had a sore throat or whatnot. But I do need to get a couple rolls from you to put on the score sheet that I've been keeping track of how well you all have been performing. So for Friday morning, of course, you're going to have your uniform check. You got to make sure that you're looking presentable. Presumably, there's been a lot of temps over the past years that have just sort of come in after a night of who knows what. So go ahead and you need to make an appearance roll of some kind in order to appease your convention boss.
It's uniform, so wardrobe style.
Oh, 17. Excellent.
I have to wear the uniform very good to hide all the bruises.
Alrighty.
Because until this thing is over, I'm not actually going to be able to heal any of the damage I took.
Now, in the morning, the employees were taken over to a little bit of like an employee like rah rally, because they have been trying to do at least fun little things to, number one, make sure you all are completing your weekend contracts, and two, to keep morale high, because you could, as you've experienced and as you could have presumed, there's always going to be some kind of shenaniganery happening, which could verge on the lethal. So in this case, Night Corp is putting on a little kind of like a shooting gallery to get employees who haven't registered for the bird hunt interested. And so they have a little hand crossbow there, and you're given 3 shots just like you would if you sign up for the program. So everyone is welcome to come by. Let me tell you that just out of the blue, I mean, I'm sure as the player you saw the fun little video I whipped up for for Gopher, but I want you to make 3 archery shots, and this was it's been 2 weeks. Let me get the difficulty for that.
It was DV13.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. It was a DV13, because you're kind of in the sweet spot. It's just like a little shooting booth, like at a carnival or something. So you're given 3 shots.
Okay.
Yeah, go for crit and kick my ass.
Yeah, just I don't know how he made the duck
absolutely
explode with a crossbow bolt, but it happened, and he must have ripped right across a seam, and it just let all the fluff out.
Kiri was impressed by this.
Yeah, she was like.
So it's just 3 DV13 archery.
Yep.
All right. Just 1. Oh, that is the DV. 2.
But it has to be
Okay.
beat, right?
Yeah, you have to beat DVs in red.
Yep. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I can crit too.
Nice. Okay.
I've
Alright.
never used one of these crossbows before, but as you can tell, I get used to it very quickly.
He's a natural.
See, Kiri missed
It's
her
that nomad
first shot
blood,
too.
man.
She missed it by like 1. She's like, hold on. Tweak. tweak. All right. Right, much better. Whereas Griff is just like, yeah, all right, missed the first shot. All right, hold on, tweak that. Second shot, hits just fine. Okay, third shot, boof.
Oh, you
Feel like-
What's funny is that he, for the 2 hits he got, he beat my rolls by 1 on both of them.
Yeah, he did.
God, I would like to imagine, like, a 13 is a very close miss, so it's like, oh, okay, so that's how this thing leans.
I would.
I get glancing blow almost.
Yeah, it's like, it would ruffle the target. Because I hit the DV exactly, so it's like, if you were an actual person, your hair would be fluttering.
all right, and then
I'd have a little
lastly,
yeah.
you need to do your job. As your day starts, you did really well, and in fact, yeah, you actually just eked out. Although you might have, Evil. I had you down at surpassing by 9. You had a 21, so you might have burned a luck or a fickle god favor.
No, he just rolled
that.
that because he rolled a crit.
Then maybe I just didn't math correctly. But so anyway, it's impressive. You get that woo, yeah, all right. Do you do any sort of like little like gunslinger twirl, or are you used to blowing on the end of the barrel? Except this time it's a crossbow. It's a hand crossbow, so it doesn't
not
quite
a revolver.
smoke. Yeah.
I'm the one with a revolver here.
You quickly pull out some like a smoking solution and put it at the end of the crossbow, and then you blow away the smoke.
Do you have any sort of signature? You turn back to everyone and you go to tip your normal hat, except it's a little like pillbox, like courtesy cap or something, or what? You did something very stylistic. How do you impress everyone?
That's
Would you like to dab?
You can
He's
dab.
just like, burnt.
I think that was directed at you, Chameleon.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I won. What?
No, the
The
question to Maddie was, he said evil, but I think he meant you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, like you did something very impressive. Everyone's cheering. Are you gonna I don't know, tip your hat or do the maybe you're used to blowing on the end of the gun, except it's it's a hand crossbow. Like, are you doing something with some flair or signature? Are you just sort of I don't know, playing it cool
like
and calm?
Yeah, I don't think he's like one for much show off, and also still like heavily bruised. You can't heal in the system when you're actively working, so he's got bruises under all that, so he's just being very, it looks like he's being very stoic about it, but more it's like, if I do any kind of celebration, I'm going to agitate every bruise on my body.
Okay. Yeah, I mean you did have a fight just the night before, so that makes sense. Okay, then lastly, so for your job, well, your job is pretty straightforward. You were shuttling people, and in fact, you even were able to negotiate. Hey, can I shuttle around the VIPs, or at least get not just the public shuttles, but if I'm called in for a particular job, whether it's a VIP or maybe there's just someone who has like a special need or something, you can come over and you're doing more individual style runs. But for you on this first public day, what is your job? What would you like to roll here?
I mean, see, it's tempting to always crutch on my plus 18 drive land vehicle, but I'm just looking to see if there's anything else I could do to be a little more cool about it.
Yeah, I'm open to ideas, creative uses of skills if you think it applies. You presumably have access to chat with people who might be in the know of things or have some sort of clout, or could be beneficial in some way. You're driving all around the convention center, so I mean, I'm not telling you that you're driving to the cafeteria, but you could tell me, well, if we're going to the cafeteria, then can I do this or that or something?
Problem is, all my social skills are so bad.
Hey, yo.
Most of them are just my base 6 cool. I only have 2 points in conversation and 4 in persuasion, trading, and wardrobe, so... Well, conversation is empathy based, so that's why that's different.
Yes, empathy based skills. Looks at all the empathy I don't have.
I believe I was told by my boss to kind of just shut up and drive people. And my last conversation went terribly.
You might as well just, yeah. I feel like drive land vehicle after that, I think is fair, because he's like, look, he said shut up and drive. So
Yeah, I think
drive.
I'm just gonna shut up and drive today, or for this.
I think there's a song about that.
Yeah, it's a Rihanna. That's almost a crit fail. Purely
But
riding
still,
off
a
of
20
my
is not terrible for an almost crit fail.
20 is your lowest non-crit.
purely riding off of my skill. The bruises are acting up.
Yep, that's pretty gross there. All right.
This guy kept kicking me in the ribs.
Big Sag.
Then it was time. You had lunch. You would have had a chance to sit down with the others in the convention center, like the employee cafeteria section of things. You could have eaten on your own. If there's anything, if you were listening in, then you could fill yourself in on conversation if you want to say that you were there for that. If you need a refresher, you could prompt me or one of the players for something. But lunch would happen, and then we roll into afternoon.
Yeah. I was very in and out, given the medication. So I don't recall any of what was talked about.
Drez, I believe, brought up the lists that were found and all the suspicious amount of sports ball enthusiasts that were now entering the convention center, and then because JP has out of date tech, he was a safer kind of relay of messages. Because remember, you're not supposed to talk to other people while you're working here, but he was kind of a relay of things, and Kiri was just talking about a lot of casual theft going on. Keep your eyes open for suspicious behavior from people, or people trying to lift things, or maybe tech people shouldn't have. As you're driving by and you see someone with like an NCOM goggle set or something, those aren't for sale here, so how'd they get them, right? So there's a lot of that stuff. There's nothing that was super dire. It was just a lot of bubbling suspicion, observations. Keep your head on a swivel and go from there.
Given that weird stuff was happening yesterday, and look what happened.
Yeah. Okay.
Poor manager got his ears blasted out.
It's fine. That's just a clinic fix at a Ripper Doc. Just get some new eardrums. He'll be fine.
Yeah, Big Boss wasn't too happy about that, I don't think.
No, he would. No, he wasn't. And luckily, the failure by one is just like he's looking even the prompted professional Kiri up and down and being like, yeah, you're a sack of shit, ain't you? Stand up straight. Don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
I mean, probably got off better than I did.
Is that also was that related to something I remember like there was a hard ass everyone was doing face downs with?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but that'll be at the end of your afternoon shift.
Okay.
So lunch was just the touching base after morning
Right.
sort of prep and being able to communicate. Setting up now because now you need 2 job interactions for your afternoon.
Okay.
And it would be good to spice things up. I mean, yeah, you do drive, and you drive very well.
Yeah.
I won't tell you that you can't, but there's also a host of opportunities that you could also,
Yeah.
harvest
Yeah.
information from doing these job roles. In fact, that reminds me, I have to roll against your drive land vehicle real quick. Because all your job roles had been contested against things here. So,
Okay.
all right. Go ahead and for the first part of your afternoon, tell me what you're doing for your job, and then we'll make a roll for it to see what you learn by doing that job.
Yeah. Well, past the midday, I imagine Outback is a little like me. A lot of energy at the front of the day, starts losing it. I'm gonna roll endurance because he is heavily injured. Well, not mechanically heavily injured, but pretty injured. So I'm just gonna roll endurance to see if he can really get through this day.
Sure.
Okay, not bad. It's almost perfect.
But that would have been the funny roll to roll
To fail.
because then you would have just like been taken asleep in the back parking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I'm gonna pull out a bit of that endurance. Hopefully, make it through the day. Okay. Looking at some of these skills they say about the skill. These God, Outback knows like nothing about sports, but these sports people seem to be suspicious according to others.
Okay.
So, given the fact that I think out of anyone here, JP being a second, I get around the most. So I want to roll tracking, actually, to see if I can find patterns in where these sports people are going.
I mean, if we're talking about in meat bodies, you're right. But I think D-Res has got us beat in overall coverage.
Oh, yeah, I mean, DRS is in the security, but, like, can only
watch.
I'm on the ground. You're also on the ground and moving around, but I'm in a cart, so... And not having to stop to clean.
Well, those guys are totally not going to go, why is this cart following us around and not giving us a ride?
I don't know. I don't know if that would be tracking or, like, an education skill, maybe. Trying to look at these.
I can see human perception.
Human perception or tracking. I'm trying to spot patterns in where people are going and what they're doing. Let me look at what human perception
yeah, the
says.
human perception would be behavioral, so like what's motivating people to
Yeah,
are they moving nervously or excitedly? Something like tactics would be more about the movement itself and the strategic behavior to it, or the that like they're following routines or something.
Yeah, I didn't scroll down far enough. There is that tactics. Okay, I'm gonna put 2 luck on that.
Sure, 2 luck on tactics.
Now all I can imagine is that you're tactically driving that cart around.
Finding a little shortcuts there.
13 then. Ooh,
all right.
tactics is not my thing, it seems.
Well, in this case, you have you're still going to get results from this. It's just in part for scorekeeping, and then maybe how much information or the type of information I reveal to you. So it is very confusing. It's the first day of public, of the public, and you have this whole group of people you're seeing wearing the Night City Nighthawks merch, and they do have gift bags from the electronic fair as well that they're walking around, and so they're kind of confused because these are people at an electronic show, which yeah, there's probably a crossover on the Venn diagram of things, but you know, this isn't a stadium, this isn't like a sports show or a scrimmage. And so a lot of these people are just sort of like, you know, that's neat, but they're not really, they're not flowing with how people are flowing who are there for the electronic show. There's a bit of a culture clash. So the patterns, even the patterns of driving that you have to take because people aren't really paying attention, there's a lot of wow factor. Nothing bad happens. There's nothing revelation that's a revelation to you about this, other than there is just a lot of excitement and confusion as you're getting a bit of a culture clash going on at the electronic fair.
Okay. He wouldn't even know if these people are just here because there's a game nearby. He doesn't know anything about. He doesn't even know what sport the Nighthawks are for.
And then, so lastly, and you know, maybe on the heels of this, of the confusion, there was a rumor going around that you all were getting an inspection because tonight is going to be a big night, and as the normal manager of the convention employees is at the hospital due to having his ears ruptured the night before from all of the resonance discs that were given to him. That all the employees found around the place, like the boss, like the owner, the big cheese of the convention center, who has a very stern reputation, known as the Bulldog here. He's going around and he is making sure everything and everyone is in perfect tip-top shape, because he is absolutely not having any kind of disaster happen on his watch and on one of the two big nights now for the convention. So at some point in time, you are gonna have just this. I mean, this guy is. If it turns out he's not like actually a part of the animals, it would be surprising. He's like a walking upside down triangle, like just big, like swole, as the youths would say. And
very much the opposite of me then.
So he is gonna he just stands in front of your cart and he orders you out, and this is now going to be the face down between you and Bulldog here, because he is testing your he's testing your mettle. He's testing your conviction, your presence here. He is putting pressure on you, such that he is, he wants to make sure everything is in good shape. So this is a face down. We're gonna treat it as such. So you roll your face down, modify it if you have anything to do so, and I'm gonna roll mine.
Well, it's not modified by any rep points because we don't have any reputation yet. But I will.
I'll say because you got that really good crit, I'll give you like a throwaway one in there on the duck hunt. You at least attended the employee.
Because I had one
Yeah.
as well for the events of yesterday.
So that's just for this roll, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm just gonna. So reputation just adds +1, I believe. So. So that would mean I have a temporary +7 instead of +6. I will put 1 more luck onto that. I'll leave you with 4. So whatever I roll +2.
Oof.
Oh.
Oh no!
It's okay. I could roll a 1 too, or not. All right. So.
We love true crits.
You know what? I feel like he's just gonna take one look at you, like identify that you were injured yesterday, and just be like, "Well, at least you fucking showed up to work."
So you get out, you're looking. I mean, you made the endurance, but it's clear that you're a hurting puppy here, and you know it was disorienting to you earlier in the afternoon because you weren't quite able to pay attention to things. You're put on the VIP route, and you are showing weariness. You're showing fatigue, and you're supposed to be this nice shuttle driver here. And you as in fact there's probably very few if any words shown, but you just see the his face just turn shades of red as he looks at you and he looks at the cart and he looks all around, and it's like every sweep you swear you could just see like a vein like bulging and pulsing on the side of his neck. And his chest is heaving because he is so angry. Outback, huh? I got one fucking question for you, and you better answer that question honestly. How do the windows taste on that fucking short bus you're driving?
I lose sound.
Oh, I hear you now.
Boy, how to respond to that? I just honestly think there's actually no response that Outback has for that.
If you can't talk, then you act. If you don't know, it's because you don't know.
Understood, sir.
So now do something so you answer my fucking question. How do the windows taste on that fucking short bus you're driving? Show me your character.
What do you want me to do, sir?
Holy shit. I guess that's why you were put on special needs, because you are one yourself. There's only one fucking window on that shuttle. Lick it. Show me your character.
He ain't gonna do shit. This guy can probably pick me up and snap me in half, but Outback ain't gonna fucking back down.
Not gonna do it, huh? Can't answer a question, can't act on a request. Why are you even working here? Can't do your job, get the fuck out of my convention center.
Throws the hat at his feet and fucking walks out.
All right. The hat throws down. The and you retire from the electronic fair.
Fuck the however much I was gonna be earning from this. That guy's gonna have to be a fucking driver down now. Fuck him.
Mm-hmm. You stood up for what you believed in, and you may be out some money, but you're not gonna lick a window for a bully. So, all right. Are you in the wake of this? Are you sending out messages to people?
Yep.
Okay. So, boop, boop. Message goes out to you all, as now this catches us all up to the evening shift.
Fuck, convention owner's a fucking dick. I'm out.
Outback, you'd receive a response. I found him strangely refreshing, but I get it.
I'm gonna let him deal with not having the most qualified driver on the floor. Makes it
The
worse
hell
for him.
happened?
Well, I was beat up by some fucking weird fat freako yesterday, and I've been sitting in a very uncomfortable cart chair all day. Apparently, he did not like my attitude upon standing up.
Just as a heads up, Coffee, your camera keeps disconnecting and reconnecting.
I know.
All right.
I know. I'm aware.
Yeah, they,
All right.
they seem to be working on it.
There's not a whole lot I can do to work on it because it's a video ninja thing.
Okay.
Oh.
No matter how many times I refresh it, it refreshes by itself. So I might as well let it do its own thing.
All right. Yeah, it could just be the service. That's all right. So anyway, back to this. The message is getting out.
Yep. I might be out some money, but I ain't gonna keep working for someone like him. I've got principles.
Your principal's worth a couple hundred eddies.
Every time.
Good answer.
Yeah, you get a more power to you from Kiri and a little reaction.
I feel like when the message comes in, like, is it worth the money? That is the fastest response you've ever gotten from Outback. Like, the fastest response, like, every time.
Right before the big show, too, huh?
Yeah, I mean, hey, I can't be in here in this uniform, which he's going to at least show some respect and put that back into a locker.
Okay.
When he walks out and he's not in his uniform, there's nothing stopping him from continuing to walk around. So
Okay.
he's already inside the convention center. He might have a bit more trouble getting in the next day, but
All right. So you won't be able to get into the main stage because they're going to be like scanning passes. Like out on the general like public, no one will really care. Like you are supposed to have an ID badge, but there's a lot of people. But specifically to get into the demo stage or like the main stage, they're specifically scanning passes. Now that doesn't mean that you still may not see or hear things on like jumbotrons or through the PA system or something. But if you're staying in the convention center, you'll be in the public floor area outside of the demo stage as a heads up.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So you may have lost out on some money, but it seems like you gained some respect or some social cred here with your newfound friends. For you've established a limit. There's a lot of things you'll do for others, for money, for both, but there are things that you will not do as well, and so not all heavy moral decisions in this world and in this game system are necessarily do I explode a tower in downtown. It's also personal choices and concepts of personal dignity or respect, or keeping up your own cred. Your own reputation. So, all right. Well then, it is lunchtime, or it is dinner time before the night shift, um, and you so uh, Outback, you won't be in the employee cafeteria, but they would be freer maybe to meet you on the floor on the way or otherwise, if you all wanted that to happen, or otherwise you could be around or keep them in the loop through the message chain. But before the big presentation, the main stage and everything, is there anything you all wanted to talk amongst yourselves as the convention employees, and or do, like if you wanted to sit in the cafeteria and listen or vibe check or something else? And of course, as we've done before, there's the separate eating areas for the NCOM and EBM employees of Kiri and Gopher, respectively. So during this dinner time, what are you saying or doing, if anything?
Yeah, no, Kiri might actually make it a point to rendezvous with Outback on the floor on the way to the employee into the to the area.
Okay. Easy enough. Do you want to say or do anything with this in-person contact?
Yeah.
If I know anything about convention centers, he's probably doing something he's not supposed to, and at first sight, he just sees a security person coming, which is to say he's currently smoking inside the convention center, and he's like, "Ah, shit."
Yeah.
Yeah, she kind of just flicks up her hood and gives him a little smack. He's just like,
Oh, hey. Pulls the cigarette back out and keeps smoking.
yeah. She just can't. She'll flick him 10 eddies.
Oh, hey. Well, more pay than I'm gonna be getting.
Yeah. You still on your convictions? That's priceless.
Probably better I take it easy anyways.
Yeah, you look like you've been through a fist fight.
Imagine that. Would have been in another one, but another conviction. I'm not gonna hit that guy in the middle of a convention center. Also, I didn't want to be even more beat up. And he was about 3 times my height.
You know, I've got a little adage that I've always lived my life by when it comes to things like that. Measure twice, cut once.
Well,
Basically,
later.
she's implying you should jump him in the parking lot if there's issues. You said you wouldn't
Well,
punch him inside a convention center. That's
I
not the
know.
convention center.
Yes, I know. Once this whole event is over, and it won't. Once this is over, or once our good boss Nico is back, I'll be sure to do a few measurements. And if you would like to, you can join me for the cutting.
Now you're speaking my language. It's his loss, you know? But
That he can't tell a nomad that I'm the best driver in this goddamn building.
that he can't recognize that you were someone who was willing to put life and limb on the line against a what was he exactly?
Some kind of weird, lumpy goblin, I think.
Well, case in point, you were willing to put yourself on the line, and it wasn't even your job, and he decided to fire you for that. That you couldn't show the exact same enthusiasm. That's his loss, not yours. And frankly, given I'm probably one of the few here with him that's in any decent standing. Note that she's not aware of how well JP did. Given I'm the one of the few of us who's in somewhat decent standing with him.
Well, if you want to help me with that, and you want to maybe walk out of the building with him on the last day, I'm parked over in this parking lot. I'll be sure there's a very clear straightaway to take.
Duly noted. And she just kind of gives him a smile and a nod, and she'll flick her helmet back down and continue walking. Side job. Rough up this dumbass.
Side job, Kiri walks out with the boss, and I run over.
You then proceed to shove your knee into his jaw, or an elbow. Take your pick.
God. If we do that, I already know what I'm gonna say when I run him over. So I'll save it though for the suspense.
Yeah,
all right.
face the windows on this short bus.
So that's Kiri's interaction for dinner time. Over at the EBM table, Gopher, do you have anything in particular that you're doing as you're getting ready for the big show? Because you were employee swapped to work on the main stage. Like, you were able to impress people. You replaced someone even as a temp to go and make sure everything was rigged and set. Anything you want to look for, listen, or put ideas out there to others?
Nothing really.
All right.
Kind of
Then morale seems
quiet
high in the
dinner.
employee cafeteria. You're eating there, and you know one of the supervisors or like the bosses comes in, has a sports ball shirt underneath his business coat. You know, all right, everyone, I want you to give 100% tonight. It's a big night. A lot could go wrong. I don't want it to. You don't want it to. This is much more of a better rallying cry than get the dress down of the bulldog here of the convention center. But this is a very exciting moment, and people, the full-time actual Corpo employees seem to be buzzing with excitement. So everyone seems pretty happy here. You're not getting any weird warnings of, hey, don't let it be publicly known that so-and-so's been spotted. Like, this seems to be an honest moment of excitement and revelation. So maybe in its own way, it's refreshing that there's not warnings of, espionage or murder or, be on the lookout for this. There's the, I want you to perform, but that literally comes with the job. All right.
Definitely a little bit better than dealing with the bulldog.
Yes. And so you enjoy your scop dog. Like, you remember, as the Corpo employee, you get the not quite kibble meal. You get the next stage up there. All right, and then you get ready for the show, and then we have the I was gonna say three, the now two convention employees. So we have JP and Drez, who can sit at a table together if you so wish, or you could sit separately and vibe check or talk or put ideas out there. What would you two like to do during your dinner break before the big show starts?
Well, I'm sure that when Drez comes in, JP will be animatedly walking around to try and introduce himself to as many of the like the manager type people that are like the people that are producing the booth shows, and the people that are like telling the technicians what to do. He's trying to find those people and introduce himself and spread his business cards around.
Oh, to other convention center employees.
Right.
So it'd be
Yeah.
like people
So,
like Drez who are like the controllers of the systems and stuff, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yep. The guys that are doing the lights and the guys that are telling technicians where to go and all that kind of stuff. Those kind of guys.
Okay. And I presume that you're offering more than just if your site needs a mop and bucket, call on me. There's other services you're able to provide than janitorial
correct.
ones, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
See, this is the lowest form of service I provide. I don't do this every day.
All right. So the you linger as long as you can for your apportioned time for dinner. And there are like the full-time convention center workers. They'd have a similar color uniform as you all would, but there would be some different, like some subtle patterns that you would have learned in your orientation on Wednesday. So you can go and target them. In fact, you would probably have a chance to actually talk with D-Rez's supervisor, as she would be taking a break, her dinner break here before the show as well. So you could identify her as a full-time person and say, hey, I'm a temp here. And she would obviously know that you're in the, the services section of the convention center. But yeah, you can talk to her about perhaps providing other other services inside or outside of the convention center if she needs it.
Yeah. We'll say he kind of like slyly like cleans up the spot next to where she's sitting, and then he goes, "Oh, aren't you overlooking some of the security? I believe I have a friend working for you, a D-Rez."
Oh, you know her? Yeah, she's been very very competent at her job. I'm trying to get her to become a full-time employee.
Ah, well, my name is Jean-Pierre, and yes, I know D-Rez a bit. In fact, it was me who encouraged D-Rez to come and take up this opportunity.
You see her eyes flicker a little bit, and then Jean-Pierre, enchanté, and she begins speaking in French after the eyes give a light up flicker.
And he returns in kind. I don't actually know any French, so
Yeah, all right,
I
we
got
can
one for you.
translator notes. Yeah, we're localizing it live for you all in the audience. It's very high tech
He
stuff.
seems
It sounds like English.
genuinely amused isn't the word I'm looking for. Like pleased, like softly pleased. Gosh, amused? No, that's still not the word I'm looking for. I don't know. He's enchanted with. I guess that's a good way to put it. Her switch to French, and of course he follows suit. He says, "Indeed, in fact, one of my specialties is finding people with such talent and hooking up with the appropriate employers. There's many other things I do as well. I keep my ear to the street, as it were."
Understood. You fix things, but you're not in maintenance.
That is correct.
She holds up your card. Her eyes flicker again, and she hands it back to you.
Tucks it away in his. Oh, he makes the motion because he's so used to wearing my business suit, right?
You have to... yeah, like hits your name tag or something, right?
Yeah.
Go to put it in your pocket, but it just falls into the garbage can.
Could be that too. He would just leave it there in that case, though. Let it go. Oh well. But yes. So perhaps if you have any other need for employees or other unconventional things, keep me in mind.
I'll contact you.
I'll leave you to your meal then. Thank you so much for your time. He does like a little bit of a bow. It's not like a full formal one, but just like a bit of the shoulders and the head, and then he resumes mopping. and then heads over to get some food.
Okay. Drez, at some point then during your dinner break, you would have seen Jean-Pierre sitting with your supervisor, talking, and then at some point he goes and actually goes to get a meal for himself at the little food bar, the little buffet or whatever they have of kibble. What are you saying or doing then during your dinner break?
Well, I'm hoping he's putting in a good word. We're not on bad terms, me and JP. I'm actually going to walk up to JP.
Mon ami. How are you? Would you like some, I think that's asparagus flavored kibble?
Sure.
Scoops a little bit out and puts it on her plate for her. How can I help you?
Well, you seem to be getting on with plenty of people.
Ah, I do seem to do that quite well, don't I?
Mm-hmm. Quite a lot better than I would, honestly.
Yet, when I try to use a microwave, diplomacy quickly turns to blows. But I bet you could use a microwave, no problem.
How? You have issues? Never mind. Well, then, Mr. People Person,
I heard you.
what do you make of the bulldog?
The bulldog?
Mm.
I think the player needs a reminder.
He's the guy that dressed us down all the...
Ah, yes, a rough chap. Well, most people use big, mean, scary words and voices when they're little on the inside. Or they've got a lot of hurt. So I'm going to guess that there's probably a mix of those two things inside that man.
Physically, very large. Personality, also very large.
To me, a big, loud person is not large, but instead, they say puffed up like a balloon. Find the right needle and watch it all away.
Certainly had me quaking in my boots.
Well, yes, your boots are quite little, though.
Yes, I'm very small. I don't know. It's been a long time since somebody has, ruffled my feathers like that. I just figured I'd get your opinion.
Well, I suppose maybe that's why the chicken crosses the road.
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Well, if you cross the road enough times and the wind and the vehicles ruffle your feathers enough times, well, you have no feathers left anymore to be ruffled.
But chickens aren't allowed in the city.
I'm old. There was a time when there was more chickens in the city than I think there were people.
Really? Just
Darn
like
near.
wandering the street or whatever?
Some neighborhoods, yes, especially out on the mainland.
Just
How bizarre.
Yes.
so that's just such a bizarre metaphor. I'm still thinking about it. it's like if you're a chicken, then your feathers are getting ruffled. So the strongest person is a plucked chicken.
That's right.
It's the mistranslation. That's what it is.
Different translations, culture, time. It's a mix of things.
If it's the feathers that are bothering you, then remove the feathers and you have no more problems.
Well, that would make you a featherless biped and thus a man.
I was thinking about how to slip a reference to that.
Well, here's hoping the rest of the day goes pretty well. It seems that the bulldog got under Outback's skin.
Oh,
Caused him to be like, fuck it, going home.
he quit.
Didn't you get the message?
I admit I've been a little too busy flirting.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
Hey, old man's gonna get game too, you know?
She doesn't want to know. He's old enough to be grandpa. She don't want to know.
He is a distinguished gentleman.
That's right. So for him, flirting is saying hello.
Ooh, scandalous.
He is old, distinguished, and French, so yes.
You all are going to get the boom, 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 boom. All employees, please report back to your stations. Dinner will come to an end. And now we set up for the big show. And the big show here tonight, there's going to be another series of rolls, of course, where you all are stationed, so that you have an idea of where you are and what you're doing. So JP, you are going to be back on usual cleaning duty.
I'm on the rounds.
Yep, you're on the rounds, so you're going to be on the floor, and of course, Outback, you're welcome to linger on the floor as well, as a guest of the show. Kiri, you are at the NCOM booth on the floor as well. Now, for you all who are on the main floor, there are large screens, which they're going to turn on, and they'll give a countdown to the big announcement. Since not everyone may be able to get into the actual in attendance, that would be Drez, what the VIP passes for the sports ball enthusiasts and such. Like, you have to be a convention member, but there's also only enough room for not everyone in the convention. So only certain people are allowed in. It's a lot of people, but it's not like the whole convention can fit into the demo room. So you need a special access to get in there. And of course, Gopher, you are ground zero. You are going to be, behind the presentation stage of everything. So you are in the room. Now, Drez, you are given access by your supervisor. Her name is Dietz, and you are given access to sort of virtually be there, while you are supposed to still monitor the independent people as a proven security asset, and perhaps she's still trying to. She's either rewarding you for what you've done competently, or still getting your graces because maybe you want to work for the convention center. You can kind of virtually be there when you are in your chair, in your net running chair as a part of your job. So you can, you don't have access to the control nodes, but you have access to look through the cameras as if you were in the room, or to be a part, be there for the presentation as if you were there. You still have your job to do, but even though you're in the office, you could flip between the floor, at least your portion of the floor, and then be in the room with the presentation as you are. You know, it's not even like you're. I guess you could, in a weird way, use a camera to watch the presentation, or the presentation can just simply like flow through your brain as it's being presented. So like you are a medium through which the presentation's going through. But just so you know, starting out, while you have the camera access, you don't have like node access, or you don't have control over anything in there, except you've been given permissions to watch through there as if you were present.
Okay.
You don't have, while the information can flow through you, you don't have the same data connection as you do to the small indie booth section. There you can actually throttle or increase or fix or, you know, tech solve problems. You actually have like node access and you have your hand on the levers there. This, you just simply get to be like a flow through of the information to put you there. You know, if you see something or you're curious, as long as you're doing your job, you're allowed to watch what's happening as if you were there.
Okay.
All right. So those are going to be your stations for this last part as the presentation is starting up. We get into, you know, the lights in the main room. There's big exciting music playing. You know what? I don't think I actually added this yet. We're gonna go to tracks and we're gonna call this one this one. We're gonna add that to the game. Did it add? It did. Excellent. Repeat it. We're gonna stop this. You know, so Gopher, it's, you know, cue the fog machines, you know, get the lights going. You get an exec coming out. You know, the other sponsors and other people who are here. Two seemingly corporations that would be diametrically opposed. One called Spanx, the other called Bonk, are on the screen, and you know, there's the lights. All right, ladies and gentlemen, not all who are present, the big show that you've been waiting for, the grand announcement from EBM, and then you have a couple execs coming out. You get some generic, you know, everyone here. You know, we're so glad to be able to have a presence in Night City. A lot of gratitudes and platitudes, things that you'd expect. And the little peek at what was below the sports coat is revealed as the couple people on staff unbutton, open up, showing Night City Nighthawks jerseys. And for all of you, especially you all, he's pointing to the crowd of the sports ball fans who are wearing their jerseys. This one's going out to you all especially. But as a gift to all of you present here and beyond, looks into the camera as if, and for those of you out on the floor, you're seeing the presenter's face as if he's staring right at you through the screen. Night City has seen such a resurgence, such a comeback from the darker days of the past. Here we are in the new and modern convention center, in the new and modern Pacifica sector of the city. Hopes and dreams come true. We have the mall, we have amusement parks, but there's one thing that we're still missing, and we here at EBM are gonna be proud to give it to you. That's right. It's about damn time that the Night City Nighthawks have their own stadium right here in our home. And like you all in the room see like a 3D hologram of an amazing stadium start like rotating in front of you all. And the crowd is especially the sports ball enthusiasts are going nuts. This is all about hometown pride. This is all about rebuilding, about exciting things and investment. And of course, it's an opportunity for EBM to flex as well. So you all on the floor don't get the 3D hologram. You get like the 2D presentation of a new stadium is being built in Night City in Pacifica. Oh my gosh. This is the best thing ever. Man, can you imagine all of the sports ball that's going to be played at this location?
Yeah, that is if the town doesn't go to the dogs.
Yeah.
Surely that won't happen. How dare you, sir? We're in a process of rebuilding Enjoy. An investment.
We love Militech.
That's right, to all of you out there, even our guests at the bar over there. That's right, our bar guests are also welcome to be on this announcement. And everyone at the bar holds up a drink. Yeah, beer.
How dare you, good sir.
So the grand announcement of the EBM stadium. Now, it's not talked about, but there is a small byline in the EBM announcement of and Petrochem. Just sort of like in the lower right corner. Everything's EBM, but like and Petrochem in like as a parenthetical, featuring or like an add-on. But everyone's happy. They're going over. Yep. Building's going to get started. We expect it to take maybe 5 years at most. The groundwork is there. We've been talking with the mayor. Things are planned to get the ground ready, and all the crews are there to go. In fact, with all the building going on, it's going to be cost efficient. It's going to be all this. We have the giraffe bots coming over from a couple of the apartment complexes that are finishing up over the next couple of years. It's going to be efficient. It's going to be modern. It's going to be huge. It's going to be almost like just a city, like a mega building itself, just full of people and food and enjoyment. And so you're getting the full bill of goods for this stadium, this grand announcement. Everyone is happy. People out on the floor, even though they may not necessarily be super sports ball fans, some could be, of course. But there's a lot of general joy at something so big being announced. And in this grand time where the city has never been as colorful as it has been before, or with as much new infrastructure as has been built before. Emerging from these dark ages, as the city has certainly been darker before. Now, where it comes to you all in your various roles, in and out of this center, because this is a huge announcement, and this is, it's causing a lot of excitement, and there's already been, people working behind the scenes to perhaps do nefarious things, or to use distractions as an opportunity to, try and swipe an NCOM headset or something. I do want each of you at first to make a perception roll for each of your job areas. And depending on how well you do in that, you might see things or get extra information to what I've generally presented to all of you.
All right, JP's got a 14 from the trash buckets.
Ugh.
All right.
Yep, that's about exactly what I would expect for my dice.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Let me just take a moment to point out how powerful a solo is. I rolled a 6 and that man rolled a 2 and he still got a point higher than me.
Yep.
Bail
I have all my
upwards.
tool and threat detection right now, so.
Yeah.
Now, Outback, you are on the floor, and while it's not your job to do anything in particular, you're present. You're welcome to get in on this roll as well.
Yeah, I
I
will.
want to avoid
I will, because they were kind of shafting Petrochem, and that's a Texas native company. So
It's like, you know what?
I'm gonna look around because they're sliding my hometown oil company.
Well, everyone did better than me. I guess I'm just more interested in the trash tonight. I'm flirting with some dame by saying hello.
Some people have unfortunately been putting mixed trash into receptacles, and there's a weird haze coming from your trash buckets. There's some kind of chemical reaction going on in this trash.
Oh, I always mix ammonia and bleach together. It's so confusing, and just.
I mean, you can safely do that if you have nasal filters. That's the only real danger of doing that. Other than that, you got a really nice, powerful cleaner. Power of bleach, the cleanliness of ammonia.
All right, I have your different scores down. Now you all, you are going to see things. It's not like you're blinded. You haven't intrinsically failed anything here. So JP, from just being generally on duty, well, the first thing you're going to notice is that while this announcement is there and you have the epic music playing, even for people just craning their necks to look up at the big jumbotrons and the sound systems that are on the main floor, it's not optimal. It kind of echoes through the place, but number one, you do notice that there were the sports fans that you noticed before aren't on the floor, as they all had been ushered into the main stage room. And you also see with a lot of the shift of maybe especially the VIPs, you do see Jen from Hard On Tech walking around.
Oh, I've been looking for her.
So, she hasn't stopped. She would be distant from you, not like she's approaching you. But as you're cleaning, and a lot of guests have shifted either to the main event stage or have gathered around the areas of the main floor where there is a big presentation screen. As the bigger area now has been cleared of milling about people, you can spot Jen walking past. She doesn't have her media headset on. She doesn't have her microphone out, but you still recognize her. She has her media backpack and things ready to go, but she's not in broadcast mode right now.
Understood.
Then we go to let's see. So Kiri, you're up next with you would see
Such an awful roll.
You would also see that Jen is walking. She's walking past. In fact, she seems to be one of the few people who has not just stopped and craned her neck to look up at things. She's walking by. Her media set isn't out. She's not approaching you or necessarily NCOM, but because the floor is cleared, you can see that her, as a relatively lone figure, or like one of the few people who's just actually moving and not paying attention to the big presentation, she's just walking past, like past a couple booths away from you or something. So you two
I'm
would
gonna
see
keep
that.
my eye on her.
Okay. We go to Gopher. Now, Gopher, you did better, and you are in the room. For you, and this might actually be a relief, you don't see anything that is unexpected. In so much that you don't see someone dropping in from the ceiling. You don't see people sneaking around behind the stage where you are located, as well as, the more sensitive, like the computers with the presentation graphics and the things that are there. Though, if there is one standout thing that you notice, it is that you see someone in executive wear, and is from Petrochem, like on the convention badge, like as a vendor or someone. Not really a vendor. Petrochem doesn't. This isn't exactly their type of show. But you do spot someone from Petrochem in the audience. So if you're behind the stage and maybe you're peeking out through here, you would see someone from Petrochem right here at the front. And without getting into human perception, because this is something that we're going to roll into next, you just observe in the crowd that there is someone from Petrochem here. And then we have Drez. Now, Drez, you have the ability to choose where your eyes are during this particular event, or at least this opportunity. Do you want to put your eyeballs on the main floor for this roll, or were you looking in the main event room with this roll?
In the sense that I'm doing my job in watching this, I'm keeping my eyes on the floor for anyone of a shady nature.
Okay. So you would have been able to, at some point you could have spotted, Outback, kind of walking around doing his thing, since he's on the main floor. So you can keep your eyes on him. And of course, and happily, you haven't seen those two Segatari saboteurs, because they were taken away by the NCPD. You do see Jen, and you can track her longer than just glimpsing her, as the others have, because you were able to get some different camera angles. And she's, again, without treading into human perception, so I can't really tell you her emotions, but she is weaving around, and even especially through the independent booths. Her media interviewing headset isn't on. She's not in media mode, but she's still a recognizable figure. And while everyone else is standing around, craning their necks up and going, "Yeah, woo, go Night City, hometown pride," she is, you can see her looking around the booths. She doesn't go near them or in them, and the booths have people in them too. So it's not like she's sneaking behind or like reaching into like promo bins or something like that. But it does appear as if she's looking for someone or something as she is wandering the floor in not media mode. And this big announcement does not seem to hold interest to her, since she's not paying attention to it.
Okay. Following her. Not really taking my eyes off her, but also congrats to Night City for the new stadium, I guess. That's interesting.
You could, you could hear that there's some people in the office that you're working in go, "Yeah, hey, that's great. Like, oh, what a time to be alive in Night City." There's a lot of cheer at this announcement. So even the nerds in InfoSec here are, they're happy that there's this new stadium that's been announced to be built. In fact, probably even a couple of them are talking about, "Oh, you know what? I bet they're going to need some tech people." At which point you could hear your supervisor, Dietz, kind of give a, "Hey." But yeah, I mean, I don't know, Drez, if that interests you, the stadium could probably use someone work in infosec when they get to that point. You don't want people like manipulating stats or I don't know, posting I don't know, lewd, rude, crude stuff on the big animated scorecard, or the scoreboard or something. So I don't know if that interests you at all, but hey, maybe in several years the stadium would need someone like you.
Make sure someone doesn't accidentally use the wrong unit of measurement, leading to a catastrophic collapse.
Yeah, people got to monitor airspace above the stadium because you don't want any aerial traffic or mishaps to happen there either.
Surely.
They're gonna shoot a blimp down.
Definitely wouldn't want like a giant aircraft crashing over top of it.
No, God forbid.
Yeah, that would be preposterous and terrible.
Yeah. Because then it would land in, Pacifica, and that would be bad.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful neighborhood. All that money invested into it, and just terrible. So.
I mean, right now it looks great.
Yeah. The diagram put out there is wonderful.
Invest all your money into Pacifica.
That of course is going to be part of this pitch too. Not really. I mean, Pacifica, but hey, EBM is empowering this. The more EBM you buy, the more we're putting into this. The whole stadium's going to be filled with EBM technology, so.
You guys don't know that, but JP wants his retirement money so he can go buy a condo in Pacifica.
It would be a great place to retire.
I did actually. I had to look it up. The Nighthawks are a football team. Okay.
Yeah, it's a football team. Well, I think they're also.
That wasn't just Outback who didn't know what this team was. I also did not know what the Nighthawks were.
Don't they have like a really violent, was it like stickball or something?
Hockey?
No, yes, that is. I mean, in Cyberpunk specifically, I believe that they have like a super violent, like basically blood sport.
That I don't know, but I do know that for even regular sports, there's a lot of gray area with how modded people can be, and how much you allow for that, if people need to be organic to compete, or if there's different leagues for different levels of modification of being chromed or chipped.
Yeah,
so debates about that kid in 47 that got ripped in half because he was
over cyber.
He had to be organic. He refused to get any enhancements and just got ripped in half.
Yeah, I looked up a short list of sports in Cyberpunk. We got football, we got basketball, baseball, combat soccer.
That's the one. Combat soccer.
There is also murder ball.
God, no, that is definitely the one that I was really thinking of, was murder ball.
It was murder ball. Calvin Ball it is not.
Combat soccer. That sounds entertaining.
Now, from the kind of outsider perspective, Outback, where on the floor are you when this announcement's being made? In the cafeteria? Like, because you can wander around the main area. Do we want to stick by a particular corporation's area, or where do you want to be for your you may not be working for money here, but you can still get info and participate, and maybe find interesting info or opportunity in another way. Where are you in the convention center?
This was the main stage, right? Where this was happening?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Main stage was north of EBM, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I don't know why that's
it's very tiny. It was on the token layer right now, I think.
Yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, the demo stage, is it showing up for you all? Because I know sometimes the layers or something. So this is taking place at the demo stage. The independent area is surveyed by DRES. But you have all these other areas. The only other place that you wouldn't be allowed to go would be Arasaka, because that's closed off for their special demo at some point.
Okay. Well, you did say that Drez could see me on cams, and her cams were demo stage and independent. So
Yeah, oh yeah, she can look in the demo stage area. Otherwise, her purview was kind of a little bit of the hallway here by the main entrance area, and a little bit into the info and cafeteria area as well.
okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think given the fact that I don't have to do anything, but I do want to be around where I know people are, he's probably just been doing like a route, like a circular, just going around Data Inc., EBM, and NCOM.
Okay.
Just kind of wandering around.
Okay. Well, then you'll be able to see Kiri, because she's stationed within the NCOM area as well.
Yeah, that's the main reason why. Because also if Bulldog comes back.
You don't see Gopher. He might have told you all that he was working the demo stage, though. I forget offhand, but you wouldn't see him at EBM.
I figured it's an EBM announcement, so they probably have their tech people there.
Though, of course, the EBM area, as the announcement's being made, and this isn't really playing into your successes, but just where you're located. They actually have on the floor now, while the presentation was made, they activate an interactive hologram set up in their area. So like you could actually go up and sort of like come around, and because there's not a lot of people there at the moment. They only just turned it on, and a lot of people are rubbernecking up at the big jumbotrons in the main area. But you can like kind of come up and like spin the proposed like blueprints and stuff. You can like give it a little spin and take a look at it as it's an interactive thing. The people over at Data Inc. it's not exactly the same business as EBM. They're kind of excited, like, it's a big announcement. No one's staring daggers over at EBM, even though we have two kind of electronics. One, like, EBM makes this stuff. Data Inc. kind of is more the seller, but they can't really sell a stadium per se. So they're not staring daggers, or you're not seeing someone from Data Inc. coming over and like cutting cables or anything, where it's like a super fierce rivalry like the Militech Arasaka sort of thing. Now for exactly what you see, you towards the timing wise, this would be towards the end of this generic period that you all are perceiving the areas that you are. But you would see that Jen is picking around the cleaned up, because hey, JP conducted himself pretty well, had all the youngins picking up scrap and everything. So Segatari still has a presence there. It's obviously greatly reduced, as a lot of their antique arcade cabinets were fragged. In
to put it lightly.
Yeah, in the events of last night, they still have a presence there. But you see that weird lady who interviewed you. She doesn't have her media stuff on, the stuff you heard me describe before. For the arcade cabinets that are still there, if they're not functional, they're still at least presentable. And there are still some functional cabinets there too. But she's not there interviewing. In fact, she seems to be looking around for someone or something. As she's made her way, you're circling over here, and she's made her way over to Segatari, from the hallway that would have been coming from Independent over towards the entrance, and then over here. And now she's looking around the remains of the Segatari arcade and display booths that are still present here. She doesn't seem to be paying attention or really care all that much for this infrastructure investment, or for or against EBM or any particular corp. Um, she's looking for someone or something. As she's, she's not trying to be a spy about it. She's not like crouching and sneaking, but she is just looking around and not paying attention to the thing that other people are paying attention to. So
He's
there's that.
making very good use of one of the first rules of sleight of hand, which is distraction. Everyone's looking at the demo stage, so, well, no one's looking at Segatari.
Yeah, no one's looking at Segatari. No one's looking at, no one's really looking at Data Inc. Everyone, like, where you're at now, more people would be coming over, like, oh my, because it will be announced, like, spoilers, that there's going to be an interactive thing, but some people on the floor, Jen does not seem fascinated, or she doesn't want to come over and play with interactive hologram of the stadium or anything, even though EBM's bringing people. And like who really cares what's going on at Night Corp? Arasaka's, except for like a small like Q&A booth, or just sort of like, hey, for more information, here's a pamphlet. Like they have a very small public facing section, and then the whole rest of that area is like off limits. Ziggurat and Netwatch, like they're here adjacent to the demo stage, but this isn't about either of those companies. So yeah, like she's looking around, Segatari. She doesn't make her way to NCOM, but she is picking through the remains of Segatari. But yeah, this could be a very good distraction for opportunists or ne'er-do-wells of some other variety to do something, because not a lot of people are watching other things than the monitors.
Man, Jen from Hard On Tech is certainly a little bit shifty, and now she's doing some shifty stuff over in Segatari. Too bad I'm not being paid to do anything about that.
It is a damn shame.
Goes back to spinning the hologram.
Yeah, although, hey, fortunately, info could always be sold. All right.
Yeah, man.
Now, you all have seen things during this presentation period, and now it's time to vibe check things. I would like all of you to make human perception rolls.
Oh boy.
Ayo.
No.
So let's shake hands. Me and Kiri are low empathy people. Do you even have any ranks in human perception?
You have to have two.
You have to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid game made me have to have human perception.
You have to know how to socialize just a little bit.
I'm certainly not.
I rolled a 13. That, given that I suck at that, that's not bad. I'm gonna spend a Fickle God's favor though to make that 14, so that I meet any DV13 thresholds.
I'm gonna put 2 luck into it
Okay.
for 13.
I am also going to put 2 luck into it. I was just looking at you, Skill. Where did you go? There you are.
I think mainly my
12.
theory for why you have some human perception as a cyberpunk character is just to determine if someone's going to stab you or not.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess.
It's an alright thing to know,
Now, if you go around in like full tactical SWAT gear, I don't think you're caring too much about that.
Yes, hello, it is me who walks around on Land Hammerjack with a suitcase that has a sniper
Oh, no,
rifle in it most times.
I forgot the actual name. It's like
well, right, but to get
the
to
super
point
heavy
where
armor.
you
The super
wearing the super heavy armor, you probably had to have known earlier in your life who's going to
maybe.
stab
I
you.
guess.
So
Yeah, it's just that list is expanded to everyone.
Right, yeah. Now you
Everyone
just
wants to
assume
stab you.
everyone
You
wants to
don't
stab
have
you.
friends.
It is a much shorter list to say who's not going to stab you.
Go for an Outback. I don't have any other details to give you, so you are welcome to be as curious, paranoid, suspicious, hopeful, or whatever as you would like to be. I don't have further notes for you, as your perceptions did not beat the DV here. So come to whatever conclusion. So maybe Outback, you're like, fuck them, and you don't even care, and you're spinning the hologram or whatever. Or again, come to your own conclusion. I have no further info, particularly for you two. And Gopher, maybe it's just because it's very loud, a lot of people, and you're like, everyone's happy. Like, we don't need to read into this.
All the tech is performing perfectly.
Yeah.
Oh God, something's going wrong.
The smoke machines, perfectly timed. You have the lights coordinated. In fact, you probably even like improve the algorithm of like matching the beats to the whatevers.
Given just how many people are here, it's like if someone's gonna try something, it's.
If
Well, I guess
anyone's
it's gonna
gonna
be a
try
show.
something, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
All right. Now for Kiri and Drez, each of you do pick up a little bit of something going on here. Now, in particular, Drez, because you were focusing outside of the demo stage, and in particular, well, as best as you could, you wanted to try and follow Jen. Now, she would be outside of your. She'd be outside of your cameras at this point that we're
She'd be in
reading
my eye
into
view.
things. She would be in yours, Kiri. However, seeing her poke around and looking, that could have gotten you your hackles raised about. That could have gotten your hackles raised about maybe how other people are acting, and at least within the independents, there's there's a lot of joy, but not in the same way that the sports fans are getting joy. They're seeing this as an opportunity. There could be a lot of investment going into this project that they could be a part of by offering a custom technology, or there's an opportunity for something to work with EBM in some way. You also see that there's some money changing hands among a couple of the booths after the announcement too. So there are some people who look a little dour, but you are getting generally a good feeling about things, and probably the most notable among this, and where your human perception would fall, is the most human person in the independent company area, and that would be the Gannic Granny. And you see actual tears coming down the sides of her face at this announcement. But she's in a good way. Like, she seems to be joyously crying that here's this like great this peak investment in Night City. She's the oldest organic resident known in the city. This is probably bringing back days of yore, or just feelings of pride and progress that she has for Night City. Whether that's moving to you, or it's I don't know, you define it because it's your interpretation. But the most human person probably in this entire building, if not beyond, for the city, she is overjoyed, and she's actually crying. There's people who are they're coming up to her, they're patting her on the back, but she seems overjoyed. People have mixed emotions as some money trades hands, probably betting on what the announcement was going to be, or something along those lines. So yeah, there is that. Fortunately, at least with the mild success that you did have, you're not seeing anyone look enraged. Like, no one looks like they're going to throw fists, or someone is wildly looking around like they lost something. So
That's good.
that's good. Now, for you, Kiri, as you are at NCOM, and obviously you would have been able to see Outback make his rotations. You could probably even look over and see that he's spinning this, this hologram of the stadium. And in fact, it's a pretty like what EBM has there seems to rival what NCOM is offering as far as digitization and presentation of objects and places and things. A couple of the not the security people. I mean, you're hired to keep an eye on things. Even your guy, the former, I think we determined he was a corporate war veteran.
Yeah.
Like you're there making sure shit doesn't get stolen. But there are a couple NCOM. They wouldn't be managers. The managers would probably be at the demo stage. But a couple supervisors who are grumbling at what EBM is showing, because it looks just as good, or in some ways better than even what NCOM has, as far as the presentation of digital assets, in this case a structure, and they're wondering if that's not also sort of a move that would keep NCOM from growing, or if it's an act to just try and like T-pose on them, or so they're kind of suspicious and disgruntled at what EBM is doing through this presentation, and then splitting that, because the grumbles are more obvious. What would be more taxing to your limited human perception here would be Jen, who is over in the Segatari arcade, and her movements can register as suspicious because she's doing something that most other people are not. She's not craning her neck. She's not celebrating. She's not even grumbling, as would be understandable to middle managers of NCOM.
She's focused on something else.
But she is searching for someone or something, as she's not trying to hide. She's not also making herself super obvious. She's not in disguise. She doesn't have her media set on. She's walking, through the arcade cabinets, and she's glancing, looking around. She's not really like getting on all fours and trying to like peek under tables or anything. Like super like, I don't know, like going super out of her way. She's not like taking a screwdriver out and opening a panel or anything, but she is very curiously, and so at least mildly suspiciously, not paying attention to anything going on for the big announcement. And she is looking around. She's searching.
What could she possibly be searching for? That's the real question.
And then we come over to JP. Now, JP, you had the most successful vibe check of everyone here, as you were out working the floor. In its own way, I won't tell you how you feel, but if you do have sentiments of the old days, or of Night City being, I don't know if it was ever like the shining city on the hill, but of maybe, more glorious days, or days where people felt closer or unified in things, and not exactly having everything extracted from their bodies and souls. You are getting warmth from a lot of people, young, older, middle-aged. This big announcement for the stadium does bring up a lot of pride in other people. And it is, at least to them, a really good rallying cry that is bringing people of Night City together. So you're getting very good vibes. Now, as you are out, let's see. Tell you what part of the floor in your cleanup rotation, where are you right now?
All right. Well, JP has probably been trying to keep track of Outback since he saw Outback was in the building. So he's probably right around that area in between Incom and Segatari, just scooting along with the mop, being old and slow.
Got it. Okay. So then I guess in that sense to add to it, let's say that um, such is the impact of this announcement that I don't know. Maybe you catch that there's because there was a bunch of low level theft going around. There's someone who has a I don't know. It's like a little acrylic standee of a mascot from one of the independent companies. Like it's not tech. It probably is like 10 eddies at most. You know, so it wasn't for sale. Like someone who stole something, right? Very low level petty stuff. But even this person who is an apparent thief is caught in this moment of like actually being happy and excited with other people, strangers, as this announcement is made. So that it's not really the commentary on the theft. It's more the even the petty thieves are seemingly unified and joyous at this announcement as far as human perception goes. I mean, you're welcome to, I don't know, tell someone like, hey, if you're missing an acrylic standee, look for the person with whatever, right? That's the side note. I'm not really describing it that way for that purpose, but just this is unifying a lot of different people that, like even the opportunists, quote unquote, are brought in on that. So if you're over there as well by Encom and Segatari, the vibes that you're getting, well, since you're wandering, you have a general idea of the feeling and the power of what has been announced and what that's done for even a bunch of electronic nerds at the fair. For a more particular read, are you wanting to look at supervisors, managers of EBM, Encom, or Segatari? You did see Jen was walking around and, you know, was kind of a fish out of water. Do you want to turn your attention on her? Where would you like a particular nugget of human perception to be directed in this moment?
So yeah, JP, JP came into this thinking that someone's gonna try to steal something big, or something big is here. Perhaps this is the biggest thing, but he's definitely looking around, like looking for individuals that are looking to exploit this distraction. Which maybe that's Jen.
Okay. Jen is acting in a way that's oppositional to the current. In your old man experience, what she's doing is curious or odd, but she's not being shady. It doesn't have a criminal vibe to it. She appears to be not frantically searching, and she is taking advantage of an opportunity where a lot of people aren't looking, but she is looking around. She is searching for someone or something. It is odd. She is odd. The timing is odd. The vibe isn't nefarious. Maybe opportunistic. I mean, she likes the human approach. Maybe she is trying to look for a scoop, or a moment that she can capture or something. So maybe there's opportunism, but she's not acting in a nefarious way. There's not a precursor to, I don't know, like planting a bomb, or you don't see her constantly checking the rafters, or like touching an earpiece, or like beep boop bop, or like weird, suspicious stuff. Her behavior's been overt and consistent and odd, but you're not getting a nefarious sense from her.
Well, part of that too is the medias don't tend to be nefarious in general.
Mm.
Depends on who you're
I say that
asking.
because there was suspicion because she was a rather odd duck that she might have been dropping these resonance discs at different locations because she was going everywhere, like off the main electronic floors into the like corridors and stuff. So me touching back on that, if it seemed really intense, it's because it was brought up in conversation that she was a suspicious character then, and maybe there was something with her odd movements or her odd focus that could have lent to her doing the nefarious deed of these enhancement discs that further caused the resonances from the setup in the arcade.
In response, JP is going to basically act like he's mopping in that direction, catch up to her as she is searching. He's just going to be like, oh, madame, you appear to be a little lost. You look this way and that.
Oh, no, I'm not lost. Oh, wait a minute, I know you. Yeah, I interviewed you yesterday, didn't I? PJ, right?
JP.
JP. It'll be correct in the article. Sorry. Yeah, I misplaced something. It happens. So I'm just looking around for it.
Well, what did you misplace?
Well, it was a
Kind
part
like,
of
kind of pulls on his suit a little bit, like, I do handle the cleaning of this place. Perhaps it's over in the lost and found.
Yeah, well, I wish it was. I checked there. It's really, it's nothing. It's nothing that I should. It's not really a concern of yours. I dropped something, and I'm just hoping I could find it. Backtrack. It's all right. It's a part of my media kit. So.
Well, that sounds important. But don't worry. 2 eyes is more than you will have had. Sorry, I meant to say 4 eyes is better than 2 eyes.
Oh, yeah, sure. If you, while she's explaining to you, go ahead and actually make a perception. Not a human in this case.
Perception. I got a 14.
Okay. So as she's talking, and she was somewhat truthful. It was a part of her media kit. You notice, as actually it would be similar in a sense to, it'd be similar in a sense to now Outback's current predicament. Outback can walk around the main floor, and yeah, you're technically supposed to have a name badge. At this point, it's late at night, and no one's really checking or caring except to get into limited access spaces. Jen's media pass, like her name tag and her media credentials, she is not wearing them. She had them before. She had her media pass, like her convention pass. It is not on her person.
So, perhaps is it your identification you've lost?
What? Hey, JP. Hey, it is. Don't say it so loud. I don't want to cause a scene.
Oh, are your credentials rather sensitive, madame?
But they're media credentials. I could have gotten into
Are they?
I could have gotten into the demo stage with them, but I didn't have them. I don't know if they just fell off the unclipped at some point, or I wasn't able to get them. So believe me, I'd love to be in there covering this announcement, but I wasn't able to get into the demo stage because I don't have my credentials.
Oh. You know, I have a friend with her eyes in the cameras. And perhaps if you can remember the last time that you did use them, we can ask my friend to go through the past.
I mean, I can't really say I remember using them. I had them, I was wearing them, and then, I mean, just at some point, there's at some point, I had an early dinner to make sure that I could get over there in enough time. I noticed after, I swore that I wore them, and I sat down, I was eating, and I went to the bathroom, and when I was checking myself in the mirror, I didn't have them clipped onto my shirt.
So it was earlier this day.
Yeah, it had to have been right before the announcement, or the stage was set to open. Before then, the big announcement was to be made.
Well,
Look, if you can keep this to yourself, this could cause a scene. And of course, I don't want any reputational damage. I'm not out here trying to hurt someone. But the fact that I don't have my credentials and someone else does, like that, it's embarrassing. Could even be a danger.
indeed, I agree. But I have a rather discreet friend. If you want to come with me, we can go. I don't know if the cafeteria still has anything in it, or. Anywho, and I can get a hold of my friend. Very discreet. Sort
Boy,
of,
I sure hope so. You're not going
sort
to
of
get in
my
trouble
job.
doing this, are you?
Of course not.
Oh,
Jean-Pierre doesn't get in trouble. He flirts too hard.
you do?
Indeed. Couldn't you tell?
I guess you do have a charm in your own way. But yeah, sure.
Good enough.
As long as you're not going to get in trouble and you can help me find this, then that'd be great.
Consider it the first of many beneficial meetings between us. For now, if you're worried, you can keep looking, but with your permission, I will get a hold of my friend and we will work on trying to find if we can spot the last spot you didn't have them.
Yeah. Well.
And as I'm saying this to her, I would like to cue Drake to call Drez. And so Drake, who is just a flat, monotone, male AI voice, will then explain to Drez the situation. As, Jean-Pierre finishes comforting and dealing with Jen.
D-Rez?
Sucks to be her. Give me a sec, and I'm going to go. I'm going to attempt to see if her credentials were used to get into any secure areas.
All right. So from before, because you did this earlier in the day, because you kind of went out of your way to like get the, it was a little bit out of your bounds, but you still did it, and Dietz didn't call you out on it. So sort of playing into what you had done earlier in the day. It does appear that Jen Rader from Hard On Tech is present in the demo stage right now.
Do I have? I want to look back at the footage. I want to see who, at least what they looked like, who scanned her badge at the door.
Okay. So this will be, not that you can't do it. That will be outside the current situation. It'll take some time to do because you're gonna have to go like back into things.
That's fine.
So you can do that. I'm gonna put a quick pause on that to
You can either
roll
stay on
everyone
the
into the
phone
next
with
phase
Drake.
of things, if that's all right.
You can either stay on the phone with Drake with this like flat AI voice, or you can hang up and call me later.
Yeah, she's gonna call you later. She doesn't like the monotone voice of the AI.
I would assume that before she does, she realized the fact that the ID was stolen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, JP explained with Drake the situation, so
Yeah, there was just like that.
I do
night
relay
too.
that it has been used to get into the demo stage, though. So if somebody wants to go in there to see if they can track down where it went, I'm also doing the same thing using the footage from the door from previous.
Don't worry. When I got when you ended the call with Drake, he would have given me a synopsis of the call, and then I would have sent the message to Kiri to be like, "Hey, there's a stolen badge in the demo stage, and Drez is currently attempting to find it. Could you please go over there?"
Okay, so
Very
you're
much.
telling convention security this.
I'm telling Kiri this.
Oh, Kiri this. Okay.
specifically. In an encrypted message.
I'm not in a position to leave currently, but stolen badges means I can switch things to high alert standby. And she's gonna turn to her supervisor. We should keep on high alert. We've got reports of stolen ID badges.
Stolen IDs.
Could also ping Gopher.
No, not necessarily our problem right now, but I mean, who's to say that some ne'er-do-well's not gonna try and pilfer somebody like my badge or yours?
Yeah. So they'd use it to gain entrance into the demo stage?
Yep. Media level, so targeted.
Tell you what, if you have an informer, this is off the record, who's giving you information, I want you to stay frosty. You can position yourself here. Keep an eye on the demo stage from this corner of our presentation area. I'll go watch from the opposite corner. As the situation changes, let me know. And if we need to render aid to the convention center, much like we did to Segatari to help ameliorate their situation, I'd be more than happy to do so.
Understood. Moving to position now. And she'll move towards that corner, and she'll make a show of walking by the entrance to the Encom booth and meeting JP's eyes, because they're over at Segatari.
Mm.
And yeah, and Kiri would just like nod and then get into position at the booth. And she'll send a wordless text to Gopher as well. Letting him know it's like ID badges have been compromised. Eyes up.
And is any of this getting over to Gopher too? Because he is also in the demo stage
Yeah,
area.
No. Kiri sent a text to Gopher.
Yeah, that's who she just sent the text to, was Gopher.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, basically
I
being like,
yeah.
replaced it with Outback, I think.
She would have sent a text to Outback too, given that she can see him over at the EBM station rotating this
Playing with the little thing.
hologram over and over, and he's probably just gonna receive a text on his agent being like, "Someone's been stealing ID badges. Eyes up."
That's crazy. Hey, you want to buy these stolen ID badges? It's been me the whole time. I've been doing secret rolls.
That would be really funny.
That would be a good plot twist.
No.
That's the real reason I got myself fired. It was an alibi.
Yeah, you're told to exit the facility, okay, and then you just go in the back alley selling vendor badges and stuff, right?
It'd be a really good cover, actually.
And then so as we have observed and we have vibe checked, and there is some currently rising tension. We'll get into the final oh, what's that?
Gopher will kind of securely poke JP, just trying to get more info on what exactly is going on with that.
We'll say there's a media lady that lost her ID badge earlier today, and apparently it's in the demo room.
All right. I assume there's probably a security supervisor or someone backstage.
Yeah, there's both EBM security that is working there's EBM security at the stage, and then there is some convention security at the perimeter, like at the entrance and such.
The difference between private security and Twitch staff security.
Okay.
I'm Twitch staff, y'all. I'm Twitch staff.
This is how meta.
Topical.
Topical, yes.
It was sitting there, and I had to take it.
Yep.
No.
That's
I'd
fine.
be disappointed if you didn't.
I'm fine jabbing at this platform. There are certainly aspects to its itself and its staff and particular prominent streamers that really could be adjusted.
I'm actually, speaking of Twitch and stuff, I know this is completely off topic, but I'm actually kind of excited for something that Vietnam is doing.
Mm-hmm.
They're putting in a law, I guess, that streaming services, and even stuff like YouTube and probably Twitch, must have skippable ads.
Oh.
Oh, they're gonna love that.
Yeah, Twitch is gonna love that. No more fucking 2.5 minutes of ads every 10 minutes.
New to Twitch news, Twitch is no longer available in Vietnam.
That might be. I think they've opted out of some countries that have had similar stuff.
Well, I know there was issues in South Korea, but I just think viewership in Vietnam is up 500%.
Oh yeah, because they can skip it. Yeah, so more people would watch.
So people,
man, so you're not gonna. I'm gonna VPN over to Vietnam now.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so what we'll do, we have this moment, and we are, there's something suspicious happening. The big reveal is going on at the demo stage. We have a media personality who's lost her badge, and JP, she confided in you especially. Please don't let the convention center owner know. I bumped into him and tried to interview him, and he told me some pretty mean words. If he said that if I had dynamite for brains, I wouldn't have enough to blow my nose. It really hurt my feelings.
That's a good one.
uh, um, although we can have the cliffhangers while she mentions that you all in your various positions, with the exception of Gopher, because he's not in the demo stage, the bulldog is walking around the convention center, and he is not paying attention to the screens. He seems to be very tight-assed about this perhaps being a distraction for something else. He is very overtly looking around and monitoring things, and he has 2 security guards with him as well. So to throw that out there, maybe Jen brings it up because she points him out to you, JP, like over there, like she'll like hide behind you, like don't let him see me because he said mean stuff to me.
Don't let the bully see me, please.
So the bulldog and 2 security guards are out walking. We'll say that they're just leaving the independent area, so probably right around here, walking over towards the demo stage area along that central path. But let's get up and take a break. Use the restroom, get a snack or a drink or such if you need to, and then we'll come back in about 10 minutes, and then we'll find out what else is revealed and what happens at the convention center on this night. For all of you watching out there, break time, stick around, and we'll be back soon, and then we'll have the second part of our session here tonight. So be back shortly.